This short video gives you an insight into egg production at Skye Eggs, from day-old chicks to eggs on the supermarket shelf. The production cycle starts with the purchase of day-old chicks from a hatchery in England, located close to Birmingham. Chicks travel to Northern Ireland by lorry and ferry on the day of hatch, and they are placed on rearing farms for 16 weeks. Here they are at 2 days of age. The markings on some chicks are the remnants of a dye used in the hatchery to show vaccine administration. On the rearing farm, each chick is free to run around the house with access to water, feed and a perch. While here, chicks receive a number of vaccinations. They are kept on a controlled lighting program and their development is monitored with regular weight checks. Here are pullets at 14 weeks of age, looking more adult but without any comb development. These birds have learned how to perch and will do so at night when asleep. Feed for all birds, rearing and laying, is manufactured by John Thompson and Sons Belfast, with raw materials sourced from around the world. The major ingredients in a poultry diet are wheat, maize and soya. At 16 weeks of age, the birds transfer to the laying farm, where they stay until they are 76 weeks of age. Our team of farm liaison staff monitors the farms on a regular basis. Their role is to ensure production levels are optimised and farms follow the codes of practice. All farms are BEIC, RSPCA assured and Marks & Spencer Select Farm approved. Internal and external audits are carried out to ensure compliance. The laying shed is designed differently from the rearing shed, with 2/3 of the shed being slatted. Feed is freely accessible at a specification of 5 centimetres of feed track per bird. Water is available through these drinkers with an allocation of 1 nipple per 10 birds. Nest boxes are centrally located for ease of access. This is where the birds lay their eggs. Birds have access to 15 centimetres of perch, where they sleep at night. They are kept on a controlled lighting program, typically giving them 15 hours of light per day. The other third of the shed is called the scratch area, where birds are free to scratch and dust bathe, exhibiting their natural behaviours. This then leads to the range area. Birds have access to this area from 9 a.m. to dusk, 7 days per week. Ranges have 20% of natural tree coverage, and the space allocation is 1 hectare of land for up to 2,000 birds. Once the eggs are laid in the nest boxes, they travel on conveyors from the shed to the packer. Here they are checked by the farmer for external quality. They are then packed, point down into the egg tray before having the farm code printed on each egg. The trays are stacked and placed into a trolley, ready for collection from the farm. Collection takes place 3 times per week. When the eggs arrive at the packing station, they are offloaded into a holding area. The eggs from each shed are thoroughly checked for incoming quality, ensuring that they have been selected and packed properly and that the farm code is legible. The stacks of eggs are then loaded onto the MOBA machine, which starts the grading process. The first step is to unstack the trays into a single row, from which the eggs will be removed by suction and placed onto rollers. The empty egg trays are conveyed in stacks to the washroom. The trays are denested and then they pass through a washing and disinfection process before being restacked, centrifuged to dry and moved through to the rebuilding area. Here, a robot builds the stacks of clean trays onto pallets along with dividers. The trays are now ready to be sent back to the farm to be refilled with eggs. The eggs then move through a series of quality checks. The first is the egg inspector, which uses cameras. These cameras will determine if there are blemishes, dampness or dirt on the shell of the egg. If the cameras detect a wet egg, which is caused by liquid from a broken egg, the machine removes it to prevent contamination. This happens at the leaker outlet stage. Eggs make their way through the machine at this stage on rollers. The eggs are then checked for cracks, which involves the machine gently tapping each egg 12 times and listening to the sound made to determine if the egg has a crack or not. The eggs then pass through a UV disinfection process, which lowers the bacterial loading on the eggshell before each egg is weighed to an accuracy of 3 decimal places. The eggs are subsequently transferred into different carriers before being checked for internal meat or blood spots. This is done by shining a very bright light through the shell. Finally, the eggs are ink-jetted with the Lion stamp of quality and the best before date. The eggs are now ready to be packed into the egg packs. The machine is using the information it has gathered on each egg in terms of quality and size to decide which lane to pack the eggs into. This is denesting of the empty egg packs supplied by Huhtamaki. 2 egg packs are joined together at this point. The machine places the eggs in the packs 6 at a time before the packs advance and are closed automatically. After being closed, the packs move through to a printer where the display on till and best before dates are applied, along with other traceability information. The printed packs travel along a conveyor in preparation for packing into the shelf-ready packaging. Packs are split into individual units at this stage. Samples of finished product are taken off the line for additional quality checks, which include weight, external quality and candling to check for cracks. Eggs are also broken out to check for internal quality. This involves measuring the haw unit, which indicates freshness. Other checks include looking again for meat and blood spots and checking the yolk colour, all against Marks & Spencer specifications. These checks are recorded by our quality assurance team. The SRPs make their way to dispatch, where they are built on pallets and wrapped before each case is scanned. A barcoded label is generated for each pallet. This label is scanned just before loading onto the lorry, ready for dispatch to depot. The eggs typically leave Skye by 11 a.m. daily, en route to the Marks & Spencer depots, and then delivery to store the following day. And that's how we do it at Skye Eggs.